All right, so today what we're going to look at is we're going to look at coordinate geometry. And earlier in this chapter, we showed you how to show that something was a parallelogram given the four vertices. And we had two options with that. One was a slope-based option, and the other one was a distance-based, distance formula-based option. And I think we found in that section that the slope-based option tended to be easier to work with. Right. In this section, when we go through, we're going to go through the same progression we did in the class the last couple days. We're going to go from a parallelogram to a rectangle, then we're going to go to a rhombus, then we're going to go to a square. All right, and in these first problems, we're focusing totally on a rectangle. Now, showing that something's a rectangle when you're given the vertices, there's two methods again, just like there was for a parallelogram. And again, one uses the slope formula, and method 2 here uses the distance formula. All right, so the slope formula, we're basically going to lean on two factors. One, opposite sides need to be parallel. All right, so in this picture, that's AB and CD are parallel because they have the same slope. And AD and BC are parallel because they have the same slope. All right, but then we're also going to look at the fact that the consecutive sides have to be perpendicular. All right, and notice that the slopes for AB and AD are opposite reciprocals. And then the same thing happens down here, right, for CD and BC. All right, and if the consecutive sides are opposite reciprocal slopes, that means they're perpendicular. And then opposite sides are parallel because they are the same slope. So that would give us parallelogram and then specifically, all right, a rectangle. All right, now, if I was forced to choose, I would choose that technique every single time. And I'm never really going to force your hand to use the other one. I want you to use what's easiest in a given situation. Now, the other method revolves around distance formula. And there's really two phases to this. Phase 1 is going to be showing it's a parallelogram. All right, so you'll notice the first thing they did AB and CD, showed they were the same length. BC and AD showed they were the same length. All right, that part gives us parallelogram. Then they came in and said, well, we have this rule that says if we have a parallelogram with congruent diagonals, we know it's a rectangle. So the next thing they did is they came in and they found the length of each diagonal, showed that they were the same, and that was enough to say that it was a rectangle. All right, again, I can't stress enough, I really think this first option is the way to go, and just rely on slope. All right, I don't break out the distance formula unless I absolutely have to in a problem. All right, now you'll notice in these problems it kind of forces your hand every once in a while. I'm never going to force your hand on which method. All right, I want you to use a method that works. All right, and the one that you feel most comfortable with. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go with 2. The first thing I'd always say is get a nice sketch for yourself because it's going to make it a little easier. All right, so I've got negative 3, 0. That's A. Then I've got negative 2, 3. All right, that's my B. C is 4, 5. And then D is going to be 3, 2. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm going to sketch this every time is it tells me what order the letters go in working around. All right, often it's alphabetical, but I don't rely on that because I have seen times when it's not. All right, and I said we're always going to use the slope method, so we're going to do that again. And we're going to start by finding the slope of AB, and then we're going to find the slope of CD. And again, we're doing those two because it's an opposite side, and we need it to be a parallelogram to have any chance of being a rectangle, all right, if it happens to be a rectangle. So we'll run in, and we've got AB, so measure of AB, the slope of AB, sorry. So we're going with these 2 points. So I've got 3 minus 0 on top, and then on bottom I've got negative 2 minus negative 3. That's going to be a 3 over a 1, which is 3. All right, then I'm going to go to CD. So in this one, change in y, we've got 2 minus 5 in top. In bottom, we've got 3 minus 4. That's negative 3 over negative 1, which is 3. All right, so right there, I've got those two sides are parallel. All right, so I'm halfway to parallelogram. So now I'm going to come in and I'm going to find the next two slopes. All right, so we're going to go slope of BC. and slope of AD. All right, so BC, I've got 5 minus 3 over 4 minus negative 2, which is going to be 2 over 6, or 1/3. All right, then I go to AD, first and last, so I've got 2 minus 0 over 3 minus negative 3, which is a 3 plus 3. That's 2 over 6, or 1/3. All right, so first thing we know is we know ABCD is a parallelogram. All right, that's a guarantee. ABCD is a parallelogram. However, all right, it is not a rectangle. All right, and the reason it's not a rectangle, all right, is that you don't have perpendicular consecutive sides. All right, the slope of AB is 3, the slope of BC is 1/3. For them to be perpendicular, we need to have the opposite reciprocal, not just the reciprocal. So you need 3 and negative 1/3, or negative 3 and 1/3. All right, so but not a rectangle, because consecutive sides, right, are not perpendicular. All right, so this one only meets the criteria of a parallelogram. All right, but again, if I had 3 and negative 1/3, 3 and negative 1/3 for those slopes, then we'd be looking at something where we had a rectangle. All right, so that takes us through rectangle. Honestly, there's really never a need to go to the distance formula rule, so I would stick with slopes when you're checking if something's a rectangle. All right, I tend to find the slope formula a lot easier to work with. All right, thanks. I'll be back with another video to talk about rhombus and square.